Station 3, all about conjunctions. I hope that you're at least familiar with conjunctions. I know we worked on them in 6th grade. If you were at Rogers last year, you probably worked on them in elementary school. Maybe the word conjunction brings to mind the Schoolhouse Rock song, Conjunction, Junction, what's your function? So what is its function? Conjunctions are a way that writers use clauses to show how ideas connect. They connect words, phrases, and clauses. If you remember the lyrics to Conjunction Junction, that's what they say. They're connectors. An independent clause, that's a main clause, it could be a simple sentence by itself. That's the way to think about an independent clause. Could it be a simple sentence all by itself? If you're combining clauses with conjunctions, that's when you would use a conjunction. So we usually only join simple sentences if they are somehow related to each other. Either they're showing a similar idea, they're connected, maybe there's a contrast or a cause-effect relationship, but we combine sentences into a compound sentence when they have some natural connection. And to do that, we would add a comma instead of a period after the first thought, and then a conjunction connecting them. I forgot my sweater, but my mom brought it to me. She missed the bus. She walked to school. What's the relationship between those two ideas? Probably cause and effect. She missed the bus, so she walked to school. This is called a compound sentence. One type of conjunctions, the ones you're most familiar with, are called coordinating conjunctions. Those are the fanboys. There are other types of conjunctions, but those tend to make one of the sentences dependent on the other, and then we get into complex with sentence structure. So for today, we're just going to be looking at coordinating conjunctions. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so are our 7 fanboys or coordinating conjunctions. Each of those words has a slightly different purpose. So if you look at your notes, for, we don't use that conjunction as much in the way that we speak today as they may have in the past. That one shows kind of a cause and effect relationship. Maybe something like, I brought my umbrella for the forecast that it would rain. We don't usually talk that way. We would maybe use the word because or since instead, but for is one of the conjunctions. And you're very familiar with, that shows a connection. Two things are usually equal, probably the most used conjunction. Nor means we're showing that two things both didn't happen or both aren't true. But is showing a contrast, so is yet. Or is showing a choice or a condition between two things. And then so is also a cause and effect connection. So let's do these practice we're just going to talk through. Cut flowers would look nice. A potted plant would last longer. What's the relationship between those two words? But we're showing a contrast here. 2, huge pelicans were soaring over the waves, and they suddenly dove into the water. We're showing that they're parallel. They're not causing each other. It's not one or the other. They're both equal. The field was no longer fertile, so the farmer did not plant anything in it. We have a cause-effect relationship. All right, so you are going to do some practice with your team, but before you do that, there is a interactive practice that I'm going to have you do on your Chromebook that is linked right below this video in Schoology.